The upcoming Red Sonja movie has decided to make the controversial decision to unrace swap Red Sonja. A radical departure from the normal ginger genocide ways of Hollywood, no doubt. And I am sure such mad gallivanting will never truly catch on. I mean, the very idea of casting an actor who might look like the character they're trying to portray. Absolute lunacy, no doubt. Though, to be clear here, they didn't make this decision through any, aesthetical value-making decision, or because of wanting to portray the universe correctly or anything like that, but because their actual first-choice actress, Hannah John Kamen, had apparently gotten herself into a scheduling conflict. Presumably, she decided to move on for bigger and better ginger genocide roles, rather than some, let's be fair here, fairly low-ranked comic book adoption. This, by the way, is Hannah John Kamen. I'm sure she's a lovely lady and all, but dead ringer for the remarkably pale skin and brightly red-haired Sonja. God damn it. You know they're doing it on purpose, but hey, at least their new actress, Matilda Lutz here, no, that works. That actually does work. Now, you could argue, by the way, that the ginger genocide is in part due to the difficulties of finding red-haired people, because I think they make up something like 2% of the Earth's population, and out of them, only so many are actually going to be actresses, but, well, we do live in an age of, hair dye, so I'm sure you can fix it if pressed, but, hey, accidentally, they seem to have cast a character that looks, well, not character, actress who looks pretty damn close to the character of Red Sonja. Now, do not celebrate prematurely, my friends, because on the one hand, a Red Sonja film could actually be pretty genuinely cool. A bit of a maddened action flick in the style of, Kill Billy style shit, with a femme fatale character. Yeah, no, I could definitely see myself enjoying that, particularly as Red Sonja is a character literally custom-made to appeal to the target audience, which, in case you are somehow not aware, is going to be a primarily male one. Duh. But unfortunately, again before you begin celebrating here, this is not the old Red Sonja that we're going to be seeing here. Instead, the character and the story is going to be from the relatively recent 2013 adaptation. Relatively speaking, where she's not even Red Sonja anymore, she is Sonjita. Because reasons, I suppose. This 2013 run was written by Gail Simone, who I don't even need to tell you her political leanings. Let me just... Okay, so I haven't read the 2013 run. I read the way back in the day original stuff. I even have... what were they called? I've got these big fat paperback Chronicles, I think, of Conan, the old school shit, black and white stuff. Oh, that was good stuff. But anyways, the character of Red Sonja has been drastically reimagined by Gail here, unsurprisingly, and since I haven't read it, I decided to hit up the Red Sonja Reddit, see if anybody there had, and, well, this is the impression. Gail Simone's Sonja is not real Red Sonja. Shocker, I know. It is a parody of the character, an insult to true Red Sonja fans, and a complete disgrace. Simone ruined Red Sonja, transforming a dignified and intelligent woman, an unbeatable warrior, into a illiterate, dirty, smelly, drunken and horny bisexual nympho slut. A slut of all things, who gets laid by buying sex slaves and a weak warrior. That does indeed sound like roundabout a complete reversal of the character. Oh, and speaking of the weak warrior thing, Red Sonja now has a, where was it? Oh, there we go. Yes, she has a half-sister, Dark Anicia. What is she, a Sith? Ah yes, my half-sister, Dark Anesia. Let me guess, is she some sort of villain? Yes, incidentally, yes, she is. She decided that her sister was really to blame for all of her troubles and so decided to try and kill her. Now, that shouldn't be much of a problem to Red Sonja, considering that she's, well, the bearer of a literal blessing from a goddess and basically can't be beaten in battle, ever. Except in Gail Simone's version, of course, she doesn't have any of that, and her sister kicks the shit out of her and makes her surrender. Because of course. Now, just in case you are not aware who Red Sonja is, which shame on you by the way, she is, well, started out anyways, as a side supporting character in the Conan universe. If you don't know who Conan is, I revoke your man card immediately. Conan, the Chimerian, the moving man mountain, the man with biceps the size of trucks, is the embodiment of the masculine power fantasy, basically. Not only is he an unbeatable warrior, but he also plows every single woman he comes across, except for Red Sonja. And that's what makes her interesting. Red Sonja is not only not particularly interested in Conan's otherwise ever so witty and beguiling charms, but he can't even beat her in a sword fight. Oh, he's tried, because Red Sonja's vow is that she will let no man sleep with her, unless he's beaten her in a fight first, and, well, you can see the motivation on display right here. And it even has a reason why she's able to do this, because on the one hand, again, Conan is a moving man mountain. Literally, I mean, Conan as a character breaks iron chains as just a thing. That's a superpower he has, practically. You know, iron just bend. Basically Superman. And yet he can't beat this 64-kilogram woman. Why? Well, because she has the literal blessing of a goddess, giving her a reason for why she is able to be so goddamn strong. And she is not just the strong female character, because this power is not built on her being a strong, independent female who don't need no man. No, it is built on weakness. That is the brilliance of it. Red Sonja's entire family and village, I seem to remember, was raided and everyone was murdered and slaughtered. Red Sonja herself was raped repeatedly, I believe, by a variety of raiders until... did she manage to kill one of them? I've got this conflicting image in my mind here, or... anyways, it's been like 2 decades since I read this shit, so give me a break. But anywho, she prayed that no man would ever be able to do that to her again, and a goddess decided to grant her wish. That no man could ever force himself upon her ever again, and she would only ever have sex with a man who was able to beat her in hand-to-hand combat, a feat that even Conan never managed. So on the one hand, you've got a genuine strong female character who, it's not that she doesn't need no man, it's that, well, she's had a really horrible experience, unsurprisingly, and her strength comes from a little divine blessing, which explains that part as well. It actually creates a character that is complex, deep. She is a intelligent and brave warrior, as the, well, this blurb here explained, though you could also argue that she also is blessed with an overabundance of plot armor as well, and you'd be correct, but hey, it is old school comic level stuff here. Whereas apparently in the new iteration, all of that, by the way, and I did look this up, all of the whole rape part, that was removed. Her village was attacked and all of her family was slaughtered, except for Dark Anesia, who presumably spent the rest of her times on the Death Star or something like that. Where instead, Red Sonja, or Sonjita as she was called then, fled out into the wilderness, where she, as a young girl, was perfectly trained in hunting, butchering animals, eating, preserving them, etc., as most young girls are in the medieval age. But eventually, she was captured, and her raiders, well, looked at her and went like, well, I mean, she's an attractive teenage girl with bright red hair, so let's not rape her, that would be a waste. Of course. Instead, let's make her into a gladiator. Logical. Because, You know, female gladiators were all the rave back in the Dark Ages and so on. Duh. And that explains how she got all of her incredible fighting talent. It doesn't. I mean, it could explain why she got to be a pretty damn fair fighter, no doubt, but it doesn't explain how this 64-kilogram woman survived 3 years in the arena fighting men that average twice her weight and size. Especially as an untrained young girl whose only previous experience in combat was hunting deer in the woods. But again, not like that needs to make a whole lot of sense. See, again, I'm entirely fine with the hand-wavy reason, like, oh, a goddess went like, ooh, magic fairy dust. You know, I'm happy with that, so long as the in-universe reason is maintained throughout the story. If you want to hand-wave it, great, just keep the hand-wave in place through the entire story, please. This is less of a hand-wave and more of a, how can we make this actually make sense without really making it make sense? Yeah. So, I very much so doubt that this movie's necessarily going to work out all that well considering the source material. I mean, it could be a fun action romp, I suppose, and hey, a simple action flick in and of itself is hardly a negative thing. I finally got around to watching Top Gun Maverick? What was it? No, the recent one anyways. Was it Maverick? I don't remember. But the recent Top Gun movie. And I loved the hell out of it. It was nothing complicated, it was nothing advanced, it had no message or any agenda it was pushing, it had no point, per se, beyond being a kick-ass fucking action flick. It didn't even make sense. Like, unnamed nation over there is having a nuclear enrichment program, and they've made this in the bottom of a perfect, like, mountain valley, and you have to hit it with, like, 4 paveway missiles to blow it up, and this requires ridiculous maneuvering, impossible, blah blah bullshit. Fantastic! More of that, please, and less of the agenda would be absolutely fantastic, but once again, the odds of this being agenda-free are vanishingly small, but yeah, it's a small step in the right direction, if nothing else. Should we hold out hope? That's all I'm going to say on that. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, though, and until next time, I've been Arch. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. Have a good day.